You ain't getting nobody's soul. The f you think you are, Ghostbusters?
So let's go back, just in case you're wondering.
Instead of going after what we said about their takes, they went personal.
Guys, that's good enough. Number two, she ain't gonna respect you.
Nigga, people go on your show and disrespect you for free.
That's the third insult, guys. That's the third insult. That's not a critique. That's an attack, man. That's an attack, bruh. Preach, your wife is a fucking fat ass. I'm gonna say that one more fucking time. Preach, your wife is a fucking fat ass. And if you have a problem with it, then you can challenge me to a boxing match. And I will fuck you up. And you know it.
The thing is that
Let's take some shots.
yeah, let's go. But that's the thing is that they, even Fresh and Fit, I'm gonna be the first one to say yes. The basic is fine. The reason why they exist and they have a following is there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
It's the rest.
There's a market for that.
It's the rest that I don't agree with. And
What exactly don't you agree with? He says it's the rest that you don't agree with. What don't you agree with? Preach.
that's fine.
A savvy official says the red pill saves many more lives than anything. Yeah, that's exactly right.
But it's not really their fault if the rest doesn't meet up to their part.
I'm talking about what they do, not the rest of the people. I'm talking about them. Them two people. What
Oh, here comes the hate.
they do.
Yeah.
And what exactly is it that they do that you don't agree with, Preach? Again, more generalities, more vagaries. Let's be specific.
Right? And when we started to have a beef,
Uh-oh, here we go.
it's what they did.
And what did they do?
That's it.
And we'll get to that.
All right, well, let's address this real quick.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Fresh and Fit.
Here
I
we
know
go.
them very well. Myron, Walt, okay? We've done content together just like this.
Yeah.
Have you ever done content with them? You ever been on their show?
I was on this show, but I was remote, and Abba was there.
Okay, so you guys have done content together.
Yeah. We'll do the
How long
first-
ago was that?
That was probably January
It was a year and a half ago, Preach.
of last year.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're talking January of 20.
Oh, yeah, he's right. It's almost 2 years ago. January of 2021. That's correct.
January, February of 2021.
Yep.
Okay, so this is, 18, 19, 20 months ago, whatever. This isn't ancient.
John Anderson, $5 super chat says, if he was really in the space, he would know the reason why high value is harped on, because that's what all women want. Even average women. Exactly. Average women don't want average men. That's the problem.
History over
Right.
here.
No, absolutely not. We
At
didn't
the
want to be-
time, was it cordial? Was it positive? Was it negative? Do you guys
Again,
get it?
I
Yeah.
didn't know them.
Yeah.
Abba did, and it was interesting. So it's like, yeah, let's go on their podcast, whatever.
Okay.
To have interesting take. Exactly the reason why the basis is good. Then we go on there. I'm remote, and I got other things going on. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna clock in, and after that, I'm gonna clock back because I got other things, other work to do. And I thought the live there was some. They asked me a question. They asked me a question. I was in the midst of answering that question. And
He's making this up, guys. And we're going to show you the proof here in a second. Abba, or not Abba, Preach ended up just jumping off he jumped off the stream because he was feeling some type of way. Right? He was feeling some type of way about the fact that Fresh and Myron were talking about the fact that men who pay for box, there's a price to pay. They're like, listen, man, we're not against men who pay for box. We're not. But just understand that there are some drawbacks that come from that. Your view of women really seems to be, listen, men who buy box, men who pay for sex, those are the real misogynists. Those are the real misogynists. Men who pay for sex genuinely hate women because they see the ugly underside. They say, you mean I got to pay this chick $100, $200, $300 for a little bit of fun, but she gives it up? She gives it up to the guy with game for free? Like, why do I have to pay and he does? That starts to get into their minds. This is why men who pay for sex eventually become very resentful of the women. DS says he pays for box.
yep.
Abba and Preach both pay for sex. They both pay for sex. How do I know? Because they are staunch defenders of buying sex. They are staunch defenders of buying sex. Now, Just because someone says, hey, look, I don't see anything wrong with paying for sex, that doesn't mean they pay for sex, because me personally, I don't see anything wrong with paying for sex. I've never paid for sex. I've never been an advocate for it, but I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with it. But Abba and Preach were so staunch and so vehement in defense of buying sex that the only conclusion that could be reasonably drawn is that they do indeed pay for sex. This is why they took it personally when Myron and Fresh, not really knowing that those two paid for sex, talked about the drawbacks of paying for sex.
When I came back to them, they had hoodies and they were hoods. They had hoods and they were screaming to promote something. And I was like, okay, so y'all
That's their show, Preach. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
didn't listen to what I was saying at all. All right, but that's fine. That's weird. I thought it was a bit corny, but that's your thing, and if it's working for you, that's working for you. That's fine. Abba was there. He stayed after that with the girls, and that's fine. So we cool. Other than that, we just had a cordial conversation.
And
Then they
then
come out with a video, and we comment on it. We do what we do. We comment everything.
Reaction video.
Reaction
Commentary.
video. So they go a video.
they come out with a video and we did a reaction to it. No, Preach. You didn't react to a video they did. You reacted to the video you did with them. Let me repeat that. You reacted to a video you did with them. So Preach is trying to paint a narrative. And I want you guys, and again, I'm biased. I'm going to admit that I'm biased, but I'm going to leave it up to you guys. And you guys are biased too, but try to be fair-minded about this. So Preach is trying to spin this web. He's trying to say, okay, we just did a response to a video that they did. I want you to listen to that again. You might not think that's significant, but it is. Watch.
We just had a cordial conversation.
We just had a cordial conversation. That's what he is referring to.
Then they come out with a
Then they come out.
video, and we comment on it.
Then they come out with a video and then we comment on it. No. You guys had a cordial conversation. You guys responded to that conversation. It didn't go like you guys did the podcast, then they came out with a video after that, and then you responded to it. And I'll get to that. No, the video you responded to was the video you did with them. Let's continue.
We do what we do. We comment everything.
Reaction video.
Reaction
Commentary.
video. So they go a video, and it goes with the video where they talk about, men shouldn't pay for box, men this and that, and we're like, well, there's a reason why men pay for that. There's a reason why that exists. Like, no, and they were saying some assessments about ladies of the night. They were making assessments of like, that's not really why they do it and how it works. So yes, you saying that is you not knowing.
You saying that is you not knowing. Oh boy.
How it works.
Oh, you saying that is you not knowing how it works. This is why we know Abba and Preach pay for box. Because again, he's making himself the authority. You guys don't know what you're talking about. You don't know how it works. This is why we know they pay for box, guys. King of Life just nailed it. Told you, let them talk long enough and eventually they will expose themselves. Let's keep listening.
But it's fine. But yeah, no. Check your check your takes, because that's not a good take.
Check your takes. That's not a good take. Okay, that's fine. You can listen. You can disagree with people. You can respectfully disagree with people. That's fine.
Instead of
I misspelled otherwise.
going after what we said about their takes, they went personal.
There we go. Instead of going after what we said about their takes, they went personal.
They insulted me. They insulted my wife.
Yep.
They insulted where I came from. Fresh said that you was.
Okay, so let me stop it right there because this is a very important section. What Preach is trying to Preach would have us believe, and again, I want to make sure that I make this crystal clear. That way, anyone who's watching, who's seeing this or hearing about this for the first time, you understand what's happening. Preach wants everyone to think that they went on the Fresh and Fit podcast, then Fresh and Fit did a video after that, and that Abba and Preach responded to the second video, not the first video. What really happened, Abba and Preach went on to Fresh and Fit. Abba and Preach then did a response to the video they did with Myron and Fresh. Here's what happened. They didn't just do a response video. He says, we do response videos on everybody. We respond to everybody. Very, very true. But this was not just a response video, gentlemen. This was not just a response video. They did not respectfully disagree with Myron and Fresh. Now, before we watch that video that they did, the response that they did to Myron and Fresh, okay, I'm going to go on record. Dude, I had conversations with Myron right after it happened. Myron and Fresh will tell you to this day, and they said as much on that 6-hour live stream, clearing the record, they shouldn't have gone personal. Myron shouldn't have done the ooh. They should not have made fun of Preach's wife. They shouldn't have done all of that stuff. None of that stuff. Right? Dude, Myron has said on and off the air, hey, look, man, I fucked up. I made a mistake. It is what it is. We paid the price. We took our medicine. It is what it is. I told Myron, I was actually in the shower when it happened. And I was like, oh, shit. I thought it was funny, but I shot Myron a text. I was like, yo, shoot me a text between now and after hours. Or call me between now and after. He called me up. He's like, what's up? I was like, yo, dude, what you did was funny as shit. I said, just be prepared for some blowback. And I remember Myron telling me, yeah. He said, we're probably going to catch some heat for that. And that they did. Fresh and Fit were wrong for going at Abba and Preach personally. However, for Preach to sit here and characterize their response to Myron and Fresh as just the typical response video, like they do with all videos, that is intellectually dishonest and a flat-out lie. This is intellectually dishonest. This was not just a response. No, they disrespectfully disagreed. And you know what? If you don't believe me, we're going to respond. We are going to do a breakdown of their breakdown of Fresh and Fit. And so now I have to take extreme precautions because Abba and Preach strike me as the type of people who, even though I have a copyright fair use disclaimer on the board, I have reason to believe that they would probably report me. Abba is well aware of who I am. I do know that. He'll never say my name out loud, but he knows who the fuck I am. So this is their response video. Now, the first thing I want to make clear, let's take a look at the thumbnail of this response video. This is the thumbnail, guys. Oops. This is the thumbnail. Hang on, let me go back here. Oops. That's the thumbnail. I want her soul. Does that look like a respectful disagreement? They put a cap on Fresh. That's not respectfully disagreeing with someone, gentlemen. That is calling them a liar. This was not a response video. This was not a respectful response video, gentlemen. We're going to watch the end of this video. We're going to watch the end of this, just a few minutes of their appearance on Fresh and Fit, just so you guys can see how respectful they were to Abba and Preach while they were in the studio. Again, Myron and Fresh disagreed with Abba and Preach. That's okay. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. No problem at all. But their response to this video was very disingenuous and was borderline hit piece. Let's do it.
Some women who work in the sex industry is like, as long as you got money, you can shit in my mouth and make me fuck a camel, right? Like for enough money. So there's differences, there's levels. But yeah, keep going with the super chat.
But you know the funny part? She wants kids and she wants to have a family.
Yeah, hilarious.
I wants to get married. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, definitely. You know what that means.
She belongs to the streets.
Yeah. Okay, EJJ, $50.
See, look, everybody's all smiles. They're all smiles.
Agree with not getting her best. The whole point is to see the companion again. So of course you're going to get her best because she wants you as a repeating customer.
Bro.
Okay. All right, EJJ.
Agree to disagree. I'm not gonna. Yeah,
agree to disagree. Jabrizi Magic, I think Abba and Preach aren't factoring in it being legalized in the most country will shift the world. It would devalue it extremely, and this could sharpen those who want more structure. Okay. Or shapen those who want more structure.
The most powerful country in the world, I meant.
Okay. Shout out to Jabrizi Magic, by the way, guys.
Jabrizi.
Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Don't worry about it. $50. Facts. Fresh dropping money because causes laziness. Work creates character. I'm
telling you, man.
I mean, yeah.
See? They're respectfully disagreeing. He said, look, man, we don't see anything wrong with paying for it, but when you pay for box, it's got consequences. That's it.
And then I think we're caught up with everything. Guys, where can the people find you in Last Thoughts?
Yeah,
Here we go. Where can the people find you in Last Thoughts? Guys, there's nothing confrontational or disrespectful about this discourse. Myron was a gracious host. Fresh was respectable. They had honest disagreements.
Oh, okay, you guys want to wrap this up?
Oh no, remember we got a late night show with some
We got a
ladies
late night
too.
show. Okay, because I wanted to bring some stuff up. Can we just do like 5 minutes?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, Abba and Preacher trying to hedge, right? They're trying to appeal to the masses, but at the same time
That's exactly what you're doing.
keep the red pill kind of content, right? And the basis for this was like we lost our partner program. We didn't lose our partner program. There was some issues on the back end with AdSense, so it was just disconnected for a little bit, but we got it back. So
Okay.
I thought it was crazy because everyone's like, man, see, he tried to hedge and he still lost it. In my head, I'm like, nah, we getting our money. I don't know what's going on, right?
No, that's cap.
Stop the cap.
They did lose their partner program, guys. They lost it temporarily. Myself, Kevin Samuels, Myron Gaines, Minister Jap, Fresh Prince CEO, and Mr. Lucario all discussed it and defended these guys. We defended these guys. You are fence sitters. At least admit it. Just admit it.
So that was one thing. But specifically, you felt like we were kind of blue pilled, right?
I don't remember. What show was this one?
This was on. This was
Rolo Donovan. We were all together.
Donovan Sharp's
And
live.
They did a video about basically the red pit, the RP basically like saying, you know,
Because we've got so many streams, bro. I'm trying to like remember which one.
I remember it very very well because that episode I was very careful of what I said because in case you watched it.
Yeah.
Of course.
I was like, wait, what
Of course.
this shit?
All right. So what did I say? I said
But
blue pill?
you felt like I was kind of blue pilled. So I just want to ask you about that. Why do you think I might be blue pilled?
Okay, so he's being confrontational. No problem at all. Why do you think I'm blue pilled? Here we go.
Well, from what I remember, I'm trying to remember. I would say
I told you he knows about me. Like Abba, and listen, if I'm Abba, I wouldn't mention me either. I'm a nobody. You know, I have like 1/7, 1/5 of their subscriber base. He would be doing me a favor by actually mentioning me. But yeah, Abba knows who the fuck I am.
blue like. I'm trying to think like which video
Yeah, Frank Woola says, yeah, proof that Abba knows who Donovan Shaw. Of course he knows who the fuck I am. He tries to act like he doesn't know, but he knows.
it was.
It was the
'Cause
one.
I'm trying to remember because legit, we've done so many
Yeah,
live streams.
we've
I'm
done a
trying to
lot.
remember which one this was and what I said exactly.
It was the one when Kevin told us about them. It was like a week after when they made this video.
Yeah.
And basically they were talking about RP content, and we were like, yo, why are you talking about it like now? Because we didn't watch your other episodes.
Okay.
Right, exactly. That what Abba just what they are describing was that episode of The Six, guys. It was an episode of The Six. That's what Abba's referring to. That's what Abba's referring to.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, okay, these guys are taking our niche, talking about it, and we don't know who they really are or what they're about. And then they say, you know what? I agree with some of it, but I disagree with like a lot of it.
There you go.
Yeah, because there was some stuff that you guys said, and I just want to kind of get more into it. So one of them was like they were blue pilled, and like I guess people on the panel, and you two mentioned this, is that you guys felt like you can't be talking red pill or accountability now that you got 1 million subscribers. You felt like because we gotten so
That's exactly right. That's exactly what we said.
big,
Devin, if you could find that 6 for me, I'll play like a 5-minute segment of that. But I'll show you guys the one he's talking about.
that you feel like maybe we're not able to talk about accountability or red pill stuff as much.
Well,
And that's exactly what happened, because as soon as Aben Preach did a video called Why the Red Pill is Necessary, and literally the next day, they lost their YouTube partner program. Coincidence? I don't think so. What was talking about was the fact that we said that Aben Preach were blue pilled, even though, and Preach just said it. He's like, look, I'm not red pill. I'm not red pill. And, you know, we didn't need him to tell us that he was not a red pill guy. But the point is that we were like, yeah, listen, Aben Preach, they dipped their foot into the red pill pool and they got. So this is what they were talking about. Ugh. Whoa, this is what they were talking about. So let's continue that. Man, that was fucking hard, dude.
You can't. Well, as a bigger channel, more platform, obviously more eyes come to you, right? And people are going to work harder to cancel you when you put out this kind of content. So obviously, with a big audience, you have to be careful of what you say. You have to, even with the YouTube algorithm, and the bigger you are, more noticeable, etc. You got to be careful about what you say. So what I was saying was, I get it. You got to protect the bag. You got to protect the business. You can't be out here saying like, a lot of the more. Yeah, you have to peel it back a bit. You know what I'm saying? Right. YouTube algo and everything like that.
Okay.
So Myron just explained to Abba why we basically called him Red Pill.
So do you feel like when we cover stuff, we're being a bit maybe disingenuous in regards to some of our critique of some people in the Red Pill community? Do you feel like we're just saying it partially because we're trying to hedge, as they said a lot in the thing?
Yes, you are. And listen, man, I don't have a problem with anybody who hedges, but just keep it real. It's just like all the thirsty niggas who think Danica Marie is like the second coming of Pam Grier, or I don't even have a black one. But yeah, if they're treating Danica Marie, Dope Discussions, like she's the second coming of Coretta Scott King. No, the reason they follow her is because she's got some big tits and a big ass. That's it. Danica Marie is a good-looking woman who advocates for men. That's it. There's nothing otherwise impressive about her. It's period. So, but most of you thirsty niggas out here, no, Danica Marie, she's an intelligent woman. No, she's not. She's as dumb as a used tire. And you know it, but you don't want to admit the reason you watch her is because she looks good, so you don't seem shallow. It is what it is. So Abba's sitting here saying, well, no, we're not hedging. Yeah, you are. Just fucking keep it real, man. Keep it real.
Like we don't want to appear too Red Pill. That seemed to be the log line during the
when you guys
yes, that's exactly what we said, and that's exactly what happened, Abba.
Explained earlier your reasons behind why you made those videos.
And do you see how respectful they are of this? Right? So Myron and Fresh are like, hey, this is the reason why we said what we said.
And we didn't pass.
Yeah.
I will admit, I was kind of like on the side of, maybe they're hedging us, but you guys are all...
See? Fresh said, hey, look, I'll admit, maybe they are hedging. Said it respectfully.
Doing it. So at this point, I'm like, yo, these guys are real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
there it is.
It's just I get it. Like you can't, even with us, we can't say everything we want to say on YouTube, guys.
No, dude,
that's why we're on Patreon.
Yo,
you can't say a lot of the things you say.
This is a fraction of how we talk.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying,
dude. That's real shit. I get eyelashes in my eye when I cry, so I'm not trying to pour tears into my eye here.
And like the tactics and everything else that we do, like we can get into more detail on Patreon, but like on YouTube, you don't necessarily want to put that out there. So I see why it's important to take a more purple/blue approach.
There you go.
When you do things, especially when you got a big platform, 1 million plus, because there's eyes on you everywhere,
and women watching you as well.
And you guys have a pretty big female audience too.
I think the reason why I took issue with the whole hedging comment is it makes it sound like we're holding back what we're saying or not saying what we're thinking because we want to appeal to an audience. But me and Preach have kind of always accepted that there's probably a time limit on our channel. We're not going to be able to last doing the stuff we do.
Okay. There we go. Right? But look, man, and this is, I'm good with this. He's like, look, man, we're not going to be able to do this forever. We have to be able to stay relevant somehow. This is what we do.
And anybody who's watched us from the start knows that how we started is how we've been this entire time. So when I heard things like hedging, and you guys have kind of saying this because, you want to be able to appeal to the masses, but still talk. To me, it was like, because we've been at this kind of stuff, and it's always kind of been our mantra. So
yeah, but here's the difference, Abba. Here's the difference. None of what you guys say can get you canceled. That's what you guys do. You guys dipped a toe into the Red Pill content, and boom, just like that. Just like that, YouTube decided to let you know and remind you who's the fucking boss here. Soon as they mentioned it, boop, no more partner program. No more partner program. You're goddamn right they got back in line.
For me, character matters. When I make this content, it matters to believe in what I say.
Okay.
And so when I saw the live, I was kind of disappointed because I'm like, if y'all just watched a bit more of the videos, you would know that's what we've always been about. So I think that's why I wanted to kind of bring it up just because I'd watch.
So okay, so I guess I guess his contention with Fresh and Fit was like, hey man, you guys are telling me that we hedge, and the reason, and when you say you hedge, it's like, okay, hey man, if you're hedging, that means you don't believe what you talk about. That's fair. That's fair.
Watched live, and a lot of people said a bunch of different things. But
Yeah, that was us. That was all us.
Can you acknowledge that some people can like a lot of ideas from the red pill community and also recognize that some of it is really weird and strange? And
Yes, we can. That's called the black pill community.
and that doesn't necessarily mean they're disingenuous or they're necessarily beta. They just view it maybe potentially differently. You know what I'm saying? Could you acknowledge that reality? I'm just curious.
That people view the RP side in a different way. They might not necessarily adopt all ideals, but and they'll dismiss some and then take what applies to their life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that's with everything in life. You have
Well, there we go. There you go.
to you got to take what's the good and then be like, okay, this isn't necessarily bad, but it doesn't apply to me. So I'm
There
gonna
you
put
go.
this over here.
There you go.
I think that's with everything in life. You need to look at it with a critical lens and basically take from it what applies to you the most.
Okay. And the last thing I said.
Oh, here we go. You got to listen to things.
This is good though.
Yeah.
Do you see how respectful this is? Guys, this is a respectful discourse. Abba said, you guys said X, Y, and Z about me. I want to know why you said it. Myron told him why. Abba pushed back. Myron respectfully agreed to disagree. Okay, great. This is a respectful discourse.
Misquote. Anybody can go watch it. He said, "You said I was gonna get taken to the cleaners if I met a baddie, and I want to ask why."
Okay, so I'm jumping the gun here. So Abba did this appearance with Fresh and Fit, and as you can see, everything was kumbaya. Hey man, I was wrong about you. I saw this and said that, but I met you and you're cool. Blah 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 blah. Well, King Life said they were supposed to come back and do another podcast in July to debate whether or not men should pay for box or not. Instead, this was their response video. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind. There had been no contact between the video you just saw and the video you're going to see now. No contact. Nobody contacted anything about
Preach.
Nobody contacted anything about anybody.
Yeah.
Nobody contacted anything about anybody. And now I want you to see that, what was this? This was in, I think this was like in, I can't remember if this was in the spring of 2021. This was in the spring of 2021. I think it was maybe April. Hang on a second. It was, I don't remember exactly, but this is like 3 or 4 months after this. You see this? They put a cap around Fresh's head, and then they said, Fresh and Fit are capping hard. We debated on legalizing selling Poom Poom. Guys, this is why Fresh and Fit, dude, Ice Dragon Kid, this is why Fresh and, now, here's the thing. Fresh and Fit's response, not the right thing to do. But for Preach to go on the Saucecast and say, hey, we just did a response video and they got personal. Nigga, y'all were personal first. You called them liars. Fresh and Fit are capping hard. Cap means to lie. Fresh and Fit are liars. They've got a cap on Fresh like they're insulting him. I don't know how. So Preach said, well, they went personal. No, you fat fuck. You guys went personal. Let's watch.
Today's top.
And by the way, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, content, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. And away we go. I want you to keep in mind, and you know what? I'm going to draw some contrast. Here's what we're going to do.
That's always good to be here. Kind of fucks.
Here's what we're going to do. Here we go.
Topic. Me and Preach were both on this. So there's a discussion surrounding working women, girls who work in the bedroom professionally. And they were saying why they didn't want it to be legalized. And so they asked me and Preach's thoughts. And this is what happened.
Picture this though, right? we're dealing with these girls behind the scenes in person, right? How they look at these guys that are paying is different from what they're telling you in person, because they look at you as, okay, he's paying a need that I have, but I don't respect him. And for me, I don't want a bitch's pussy. I want her soul.
You ain't getting nobody's soul. The f you think you are, Ghostbusters?
See, who the fuck do you think you are, Ghostbusters? That's personal, bruh. Let's go back. Listen. They're it's not that they're disagreeing with Fresh. It's not that they're disagreeing with Fresh. They mock him. Listen again.
I don't want a bitch's pussy. I want her soul.
You ain't getting nobody's soul. The f you think you are, Ghostbusters?
Who you think you are, Ghostbusters? You fucking fat fuck with your fat wife? You're goddamn right. I said your wife was fucking fat, you fucking fatty. She's not doing the math. Preach is on Saucecast telling Adam that they did a response to a video that Fresh and Fit did without them. In response to the video, instead of attacking their points, they got personal. This is why they went personal. Because you went personal.
That genuine desire bedroom fun. You're going to get that transactional fun, which for some guys, that's good enough. Number two, she ain't going to respect you.
Nigga, people go on your show and disrespect you for free.
What is not personal? What?
Number two, she ain't going to respect you.
Nigga, people go on your show and disrespect you for free.
Let's run that back.
Guys, that's good enough. Number two, she ain't going to respect you.
Nigga, people go on your show and disrespect you for free.
Yeah, where was all this smoke when you were sitting there? Cowardly ass niggas. Let's go back, just in case you're wondering.
Instead of going after what we said about their takes, they went personal.
Guys, that's good enough. Number two, she ain't going to respect you.
Nigga, people go on your show and disrespect you for free.
Instead of going after what we said about their takes, they went personal.
Guys, that's good enough. Number two, she ain't going to respect you.
Nigga, people go on your show and disrespect you for free.
That's the third insult, guys. That's the third insult. He said, nigga, people go on your show and respect you for free. That's not a critique. That's an attack, man. That's an attack, bruh. Like, like, what did you expect him to do? Respond respectfully? This is crazy. And then Preach is still like, oh, well, you know, they went personal. They went personal because you went personal. That's what happened.
And you kicked them out. Isn't that true?
That's true.
So it's like this whole idea you gonna get respect from these ladies if you don't. That's not true at all.
Finish the thought, Abba.
That works.
That's not true at all. But
and how would you know?
Anyways.
So you guys clearly see. You guys can clearly see this video. We're only 4 minutes and 15 seconds in, guys. We are 4 minutes and 15 seconds in, and you can already see why this.
Instead of going after what we said about their takes, they went personal.
And now we know why they went personal.
They insulted me. They insulted my wife.
Yep.
They insulted where I came from. Fresh said that you was about to send me back on a boat to Tahiti, which is weird from a guy coming from Barbados, but whatever. Self-hate is real.
Did he not just sound like a woman right there? Did he not just sound like a woman right there?
Which is weird from a guy coming from Barbados, but whatever. Self-hate is real. They said that. That's what happened.
Right. Just to be clear, they said your wife was a beluga whale. They got disrespectful.
Yeah, they said your wife was a beluga whale. Gee, I wonder why they would say that. This gentleman is Preach's wife. This is Preach's wife. Preach is married to this woman. This is Preach's wife. This gentleman is Preach's wife. You Google images of Preach's wife, and this is what you get. They called her a beluga whale. Now, that is certainly not something I would have done. I would not have, in response to that, I would not have gone after his wife. I would not have gone personal. Myron and Fresh both admitted, hey, you know what? Hey, Look. We got a little bit carried away. Our bad. They owned it. And they copped to it. I'm not fresh and fit. Preach, your wife is a fucking fat ass. I'm going to say that one more fucking time. Preach, your wife is a fucking fat ass. And if you have a problem with it, then you can challenge me to a boxing match. And I will fuck you up. And you know it.